You talked about the psychological issues in mediation. How do you handle risk tolerance in individuals? Because in a mediation, if it is my client, they have one claim, and they can only ever have one claim for these injuries, and it's all or nothing for them.
Yeah.
If for an insurance company who I'm battling, because I represent, they have 1,000 claims. And so my experience is that my clients are less risk tolerant in some ways, and the insurance companies are more risk tolerant. But that's kind of why I come in to equal that risk tolerance, trying to level that playing field. Now, on the other hand, too, sometimes, as you said, you start up with $500,000, as you used that example 15 minutes ago. If a plaintiff sees a number, they may be fixated on that number, and you need to say, listen, that we may be talking about that number, but that's not really cash in hand. So there's a disconnect on that risk tolerance. So what's your wisdom on the risk tolerance issues, or those issues that I've always been fascinated with?
I had a case one time where the plaintiff's lawyer was really pushing his client to take the final number that was on the table. And it was a good number. It was in the range of what this case was worth. And the guy kept, no. And I used the analogy of, look, when you go in front of a jury, and I asked his lawyer, you try this case 10 times. How many times do you win this dollar amount that's on the table right now? And the lawyer was like, maybe 1 in 10. This is a good deal. How many times do you get 0? Probably 5 out of 10. We weren't in a great venue for plaintiffs. And, the plaintiff's lawyer and I were scratching our heads like, what is going on with this guy? Why is he hesitant? Why is he so recalcitrant to take this? Turns out, guess what his hobby is? Going to the casino. He's a gambler. He loves gambling. And it took, I hate to say this because it really got ugly, but it took the plaintiff's attorney threatening to walk off the case to get it done. And, that's a client control issue, and that happens sometimes. And it really made me laugh, though, like, oh, my gosh, I better be careful about that analogy of rolling the dice, because there are some people who want to roll dice. That's what's fun for them. But in law, that's not fun.
Well, and in law, and what I explained to rolling the dice, it's not like red or black on roulette, or whether you can whether you should hit a soft 16 or something. There's so many variables that go in and out, and so you'll explain it, and then the person will say, yeah, but my damages are this, and say, yeah, but remember liability, or the defendant will say this, and you say, listen, yeah, you can say that, but the jury's going to love. So there's so many variables going in and out. It's hard. It's hard to do that. Do you feel that with good plaintiff's counsel, that risk tolerant, and in a case where clients are well prepped and there's client control, that risk tolerance differential is balanced between a big institutional defendant and a single plaintiff? Or is it still not balanced?
I don't think you can generalize, because I've worked with plenty of adjusters and plenty of defendants who really understand the risk and really are making good decisions. I don't find that you can stereotype one side as being risk averse or risk takers. They're very good. I am blessed. I work with lawyers and adjusters who are fantastic. I thought about really no longer practicing law. I think I was out maybe about 20 years or 25 years, and I was leaving. I had been legal counsel at Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville, and I was leaving, and I wasn't sure, what do I want to do? And I went to mediation school. And it was 1 week, and I really wanted to learn more about it. And Mike Geigerman at USANM had helped me just to look into it. I didn't have an offer in hand or anything like that. But I went to mediation school, and I loved it. And I had forgotten how smart so many lawyers are who you get to work with, and what delightful people many lawyers are. And there are plenty who aren't, don't get me wrong. I don't want to, sound Pollyanna-ish, but I'm blessed because so many of the lawyers I work with are smart, they're prepared, they want to be there, they love what they're doing, they're good at what they do, and the better the lawyers, the better I look.